So hello and a very warm welcome to the Belino Polier Stadium here in Zenica, Bosnia and Herzegovina. It's World Cup qualifying. My name's Andy James. It's Bosnia and Herzegovina against the European champions and group winners, Spain. Just getting ready for the national anthems before this game between the top two in the group gets underway. Bosnia, of course, already guaranteed their playoff spot. Spain through, well, weeks ago now. They've been able to prepare early for the World Cup finals in South Africa next year. And they've got a pretty decent side out tonight, despite what people have said about several players dropping out. The likes of David Silva, Andres Iniesta, Xabi Alonso, all in the starting lineup tonight. Bosnia, of course, securing second spot with their 2-0 victory over Estonia on Saturday. Goals from Edin Dzeko and Vedad Ibisevic securing second spot. Well, first the national anthem then of Spain. Del Bosque there looking to make it 10 out of 10 in Group 5. It's going to be a tough one against the Bosnians though, in form, and here's their national anthem. So Bosnia and Herzegovina in front of their home crowd, so proud they are. They're the manager, the veteran Miroslav Blažević, 74 years of age now, coaching career that stretches way back to 1969. Well, this game could have been a lot more important had things not gone as they did in Group 5. Indeed, Bosnia would have, I'm sure, been hoping to be fighting for top spot in this final match, but as it is, Spain have been rampant in Group 5. Taking maximum points from each of their 9 games. And, well, they could make it to 30 points now with a win here in Bosnia tonight. But it's certainly going to be very difficult indeed. Bosnia got some fantastic players, notably the quartet from the Bundesliga, the likes of Zvezdan, Misimovic, Salihovic, Ibisevic, and the main man, Edin Dzeko, second top scorer in World Cup qualifying this time around. Only behind Teofanis Gekas of Greece, who has 9 alongside Wayne Rooney. Dzeko has 8. Perhaps he can overtake them tonight. Two captains, Iker Casillas, 99th cap for him tonight. 1 away from a century. For Bosnia, Emir Spajic. Well, he's winning his 36th cap tonight. The Montpellier defender. Decent spot. Well, the man to look out for tonight, certainly for Bosnia, Zvezdan Misimovic, the man from Wolfsburg. You may have seen him against Manchester United in the Champions League a few weeks ago. Dzeko as well scored in that match, incidentally. But Misimovic, really the creator in the middle of the park, sits in behind the two strikers. Excellent eye for a pass, and he's also scored 4 so far in World Cup qualifying. Will he be able to break down the Spanish defence, though? Raul Albiol there, the Real Madrid man, newly signed this season. There, another Real start. Xavi Alonso. Well, Spain to get us kicked off then. In goal tonight. Certainly they'll be hoping to lift the Golden Trophy in South Africa next summer. Away we go then at the Bellino Polier Stadium here. 25,000 packed into the stadium to see the European champions tonight. Certainly, as I said earlier, the Bosnian fans as proud as they've ever been of their side. Best showing in a qualification campaign in their history. They'll certainly be up for winning it tonight. What a scalp it would be as well, of course. Spain have that fantastic unbeaten run that lasted until the Confederations Cup over the summer, when they lost in the semi-finals to the USA by 2-0. That was quite some shock. But since then they've gone on and indeed won every single one of their matches in Group 5, as we've already mentioned. Here's Riera of Liverpool. Scored an important winner against Turkey earlier in the group back in April with a 2-1 win. Become a decent part of the side, of course. He spent time at Manchester City on loan a couple of seasons ago. Didn't quite make the breakthrough there, but seems to have come into his own at Liverpool and certainly into the plans of Vicente Del Bosque. Gerard Piqué, the former Manchester United defender, looking forward there for David Silva. Diminutive player. It's 2 of them actually in the Spanish side. Certainly 2 of the better players in the side as well. Silva and the other vertically challenged Andres Iniesta. Safety first from Raul Albiol. Don't want to take any risks against that man, Vedan Ibisevic. Of course, in the Bundesliga last season, scored 18 goals before Christmas, before his career. Sorry, his career, not his career. His career was almost cut short, but certainly his season was cut short with a rather cruel cruciate ligament injury just before Christmas, and that cut things short. Of course, Hoffenheim were top of the league up until then as well. Bit of a slow start from this season, but he came back with a bang not so long ago against Hertha Berlin with the second fastest hat-trick in Bundesliga history. We'll be hoping to continue that form here tonight. Only got 4 goals at international level, actually, Ibisevic. 18th cap for him tonight. Capdevila, Villarreal. Sloppy ball back from Riera that time. Well, a number of star names missing from the Spanish squad tonight. You wouldn't notice it looking at the lineup. They're all household names, but likes of Marchena, Xavi and Daniel Giza all out of the side injured. Torres is on the bench. There was talk before the game, in fact, that he would miss the game. Indeed, the Spanish team doctor said that he was having some pain in his right foot and was very unlikely to play, but he does make the substitute bench tonight. Capdevila, that's a decent ball into the centre. Turf doesn't look the greatest here tonight at the Bellino Polier. Players slipping all over the place already in the early stages. Here's Jajic, cleared by Nadalovic. Silva looking to find Iraola there, new addition to the Spanish side, only his 3rd cap tonight, the Athletic Bilbao man. Came through their youth ranks, of course. Bilbao only play players from the Basque region. 27-year-olds made over 200 league appearances for them now, but only just breaking into the international setup. Here he is again. As we're saying, with the Spanish lineup, further names out. David Villa, of course, he had to pull out of the squad injured, and he was replaced by Alvaro Negredo, who starts up front on his own tonight. Perhaps more controversial were Puyol and Cesc Fabregas of Arsenal. People questioning Puyol's incentives when he went home from the squad. Many in Spain felt he should have stayed, despite a slight knock to cheer his teammates on. Fabregas, you can understand, he supposedly has gone home to comfort his ill grandfather. So all the best to him. Busquets for Iniesta. Star, of course, is Barcelona. Won the Champions League last term. Yajic forward. For 3.5 of him. That's a clever ball through, but a little bit too much on it this time for the Wolfsburg striker. As I said, 8 goals so far in qualifying. Edin Dzeko. 15 in 21 appearances for Bosnia and Herzegovina. That's some record. Still just 23 years of age. Of course, there was talk over the summer of AC Milan coming in for him. Ended up opting to sign a new deal with the German champions. Of course, he scored 26 last season, beaten only by his strike partner Grafite, the Brazilian. Here's Negredo. Well, Negredo, of course, formerly of Real Madrid, couldn't quite break into their starting lineup and moved on to Sevilla, but there is talk now that he's come good with the Andalusian side, that Real might buy him back, and well, indeed they'd have to pay an extra 3 million for him, which does seem a little bit silly, but meanwhile there's a chance here for Dzeko. Edin Dzeko, first effort on goal, comfortable in the end for Casillas, but that's the danger. Out of nothing really, the ball through, and Dzeko did well. Still the chance is there. It's Misimovic. Good save from Casillas. Well, we mentioned earlier that Misimovic would be the danger man. Already Iker Casillas requiring to keep out 2 decent efforts. Misimovic, of course, also of Wolfsburg, like Dzeko. First corner of the match then to the Bosnians. Comfortably away by Piqué. Maratovic with the throw. Spain back in numbers. They know what a threat Bosnia can be. That really is what's got them into the playoff place in this group 5. It was a difficult group, but Bosnia and Herzegovina have matched Spain for goals with 23. It's almost double the next best in the group, Spain and Bosnia. They are way ahead of Belgium, who had 13. That's the next best. Darovic goes all the way back to Nemanja Supic, the FC Timisoara goalkeeper. Of course, we're in the Champions League playoffs this time round. They dropped into the UEFA Cup after losing out to Stuttgart in the earlier rounds. Capdevila. Iniesta. Well, certain foul there, no doubt in the referee's mind. Elvir Rahimic will be lucky not to go into the book for that one. The referee decides to keep things cool in the opening 10 minutes. Silva. Finds Capdevila. Iniesta, this is good from Spain. Silva again. And again the slip in the centre from Negredo. Not quite sure if the ball would have reached him. Bosnia, of course, have come a long way in their short history First a country back in 1993 after the breakup of the former Yugoslavia, but only a FIFA registered nation, or association I should say, since 1996. In fact, their first game as Bosnia, as they were known in 1993, was against Iran in this stadium. It was a 0-0 draw. Since then they've really gone on to make it a fortress. Not many teams come here and get a result. And that's what the Bosnian fans will be hoping for tonight. Misimovic here. Saliovic looking to get it forward, and perhaps Ibisevic can create something, but Spain eventually deal with it comfortably. You'll see the diminutive Iniesta there, drifting all over the park, the playmaker, from right to left, through the centre. Such a difficult player to mark. Here he is on the ball again. Albiol. Riero's a couple of sloppy touches already in this game. Dzeko. He's got players in support. Ibisevic could be in here. And Ibisevic! Well, the finish was lacking in the end, but again the danger showing. Clever through ball from Dzeko. No doubt that he was onside. On the wrong side of Piqué. Round the keeper, and unfortunately for Vedad Ibisevic and the home crowd, he couldn't find the target from the angle. Another good opportunity for the Bosnians, are having the better of the attacking play so far. Iraola. No Sergio Ramos in the side tonight. He's only on the bench, the regular right back for Spain. Capdevila, Iniesta enjoying another good season so far with Barcelona. Won 6 out of 6 in La Liga, top of the league, ahead of Real Madrid and Sevilla by 3 points. And that's clever from the Barcelona playmaker. It's Riera. Got players in support, looks to go alone. Iniesta. So tricky and so difficult to shake off the ball. Oh, look at that. Fantastic skill. Wins the free kick in a good position. I don't think there was any malicious intent there from the Bosnians. I think genuinely fooled that time. Sanel Jajic winning his 8th cap for the Bosnia and Herzegovinians tonight. Signed this summer to AEK Athens from Aris Thessaloniki. Can play anywhere on the pitch, really. Starts at right back tonight. Alonso's free kick, and the glancing header is there, and it's Piqué. Spain on their way again. Well, a big setback for the home side. They really wanted a result here tonight, but well, it hasn't got off to the best of starts for them. Gerard Piqué puts Vicente Del Bosque's side ahead. Perfect delivery. Maybe questions to be asked there of Nemanja Supic, the goalkeeper. Came and didn't collect. But it was a teasing delivery from Alonso. And Piqué arriving at just the right time to nick it past him. The slightest of touches and into the corner. And that's Piqué's 4th goal at international level. Not a bad record. That's 1 in 3 for the defender. Only his 12th cap tonight. Xabi Alonso, always such a danger, not only from set pieces but also in open play. His passing second to none in many people's view. Well, that opened the floodgates. That's another decent ball through, and Silva's onside here. It's 2. Quick fire double from Spain, and it's David, midfielder. 6th goal at international level. And how about that from the Spanish? Absolutely superb. Completely split the Bosnian defence open. And within a minute, Spain have scored twice. Excellent through ball, no doubt. that Silva was offside. Timed his run to perfection and an easy finish in the end past Supic. Cool, calm and collected. Straight through his legs, in fact. Well, 2-0 to the Spanish. And really now they're cruising. Roll on, World Cup 2010. Still a long way to go in this match, of course, but Bosnia have got a real job on their hands if they're going to come back from this. Well, Spain surely now on course to make it 10 wins out of 10. What a record that is. 30 points it would be as well at the top of Group 5. Absolutely stormed it. Well, on the back of their European Championship success last year, it all seems to be going very rosily indeed. But let's not forget the Bosnians have had some decent chances in this game, and they may create another one here. A little bit wide this time for Muratovic. Well, certainly Vedat Ibisevic will be ruining that missed opportunity as Mazimovic tries one here. Comes out as far as Sajic and eventually comfortably through for Casillas. Well, yeah, bad time for Spain to concede immediately after such a good period. Indeed, they do say after scoring you're at your most vulnerable. Spain hopefully aware of that. That's what Vicente Del Bosque will be thinking anyway. Spain's so good at keeping the ball as well. The likes of Iniesta and Silva, Busquets, Alonso, all such excellent passes of the ball. It's going to be very difficult for the Bosnians to get any form of possession during this game. And that's what it's all about for them, getting the ball forward to the likes of this man. Pjanic, the Lyon midfielder. Such a tricky customer, losing out though this time. Simovic. Maybe another chance on here. The strike coming in and it's not far away. Casillas, I'm not sure if he had that one covered. Pjanic again. The Lyon man. Former Luxembourg youth international. Elected to play for Bosnia in the end due to his parentage. A decent strike from the man with yellow boots. As I said, Bosnia have created chances already in this game. It's been very open, very entertaining. But Spain, ice cool in front of goal so far. PK for Capdevila, whose number on the back of his shirt suggests that he does like to get forward. Riera, that's another clever ball in, a little bit too wide though for Silva. And away by Jajic. Salihovic has fouled the Hoffenheim man. In fact, was captain of the Hoffenheim side that won promotion into the Bundesliga. Of course, they were taken over by billionaire Dietmar Hopp. Made his money in IT and has taken them to the summit of the Bundesliga. Again, they're challenging, and Salihovic very much a part of that. Offside this time against Negredo. Only his second cap tonight, looking for his first goal, of course. Only got a few minutes in the last match against Armenia as a substitute for Fernando Torres, so he wants to prove his worth tonight and prove to Vicente Del Bosque that he's worth a place in the side. And looking at that replay, he wasn't far off there. Misimovic finds Dzeko. Still Spain unable to clear the ball, and the strike coming in is a good one. Pjanic again, proving a real threat in front of goal. Casillas with his full body weight behind it this time. Certainly the Bosnians taking the game to the Spanish, despite a somewhat misleading scoreline. Here's Iniesta. Negredo. You see Silva again trying to make those incisive runs in behind the Bosnian defence. It's Riera. Clever idea from Negredo that time, but didn't come off for him. Iniesta again. Negredo wants it on his left foot and goes for the dink, but too much on it from the Sevilla man. 2 goals so far in La Liga for Sevilla, who, as I said earlier, third in the table behind Barcelona and Real Madrid. Familiar teams. Again there, the strike from Pjanic. Sense that either side of Casillas and he would have been in trouble. Iraola made his debut more than a year ago, in fact, Iraola against Denmark, but hasn't been able to dislodge Sergio Ramos at the right back position. Something you'd expect, really. Ramos really becoming one of the world's best defenders at Real Madrid. Over 50 caps already for Spain, but on the bench tonight. Chance for some of these fringe players in the Spanish ranks to make a name for themselves. Iraola in for Silva. Ibisevic can't quite get hold of it. Alonso. Now Capdevila. Albiol. Iraola, this is what Spain do so well, just keeping the ball, short-range passing, draw the opposition onto them. Silva in here for Iniesta. Going to get the strike away, waiting on the other side is Riera. In there from Nadarovic. Brilliant defending from the Eskişehirspor man. Plays his club football in Turkey. Well, you do wonder, could Iniesta have spotted Riera a little quicker? He had bags of room, or maybe Riera himself could ask questions of himself why he didn't strike that first time. Took too long in the end and gave Safet Nadarovic the chance to get back. But what a tackle it was nonetheless. Here's Silva. Riera, a little sloppy this time. And away by Muratovic. Approaching the midway stage in the first half, and Spain, well, have used their chances, that's for sure, made the most of them. Bosnia have had them in abundance, but yet to find the back of the net. Certainly an attacking game. Forward here for Ibisevic, can't find him though. Capdevila, but that's sloppy. Dzeko almost found a way through. Xabi Alonso. Another sloppy pass from Albert Riera. Been poor, in my view, in the opening quarter of the match. Busquets. Here's Riera again. He's got Capdevila outside of him. Here he is now. Not too many bodies in the centre to aim for. Does look like a very slippery pitch. Players who like to dribble having a tough time of it at the moment. Salihovic. Piqué comfortably away. Well, a wayward pass that time from Xabi Alonso. 30 million plus, apparently, to Real Madrid over the summer from Liverpool. Of course, he almost left the summer before, during the great Gareth Barry transfer saga. But it didn't happen, and then over the summer finally decided to move to Madrid. Chance here for Bosnia. Good save from Casillas. Pjanic twisting and turning, and eventually the strike coming in from Misimovic. Misimovic himself, 4 goals already in the qualification campaign so far. A decent scoring record. In fact, he's third in the all-time caps list. Well, that needed to be stopped by Casillas. The strike from Ibisevic. Heading in towards that near post, but strong right palm there from Casillas. He stayed calm, and then Misimovic made a little bit of room for himself, but couldn't quite find the target. Alonso in here for Silva, who's been impressive in my view so far, if only for the way he gets into space so easily. Finds Iniesta, good link-up play between the two. Riera again, unselfishly lays it across, but maybe the wrong option that time. Tried to find Iniesta. Again, may have released the shot himself there. He's already scored 3 in this qualification campaign, Albert Riera. Out here for Albert Riera, but wayward volley. Well, Riera 27 now. Scored on his debut, in fact, his first goal back in October 2007, so 2 years ago almost exactly. That was against Denmark in a 3-1 Euro 2008 qualifying victory. As I said, has come on leaps and bounds since joining Liverpool. Appeals for handball from the home crowd. Not given. Rahimic. Forward then by Spajic. Now Dzeko. Again, not quite there, the final ball from Bosnia. That's just what's been lacking so far. They've created chances, but there have been many an occasion that you feel that final ball has just been lacking. Not taking any chances, Iker Casillas. He'll want to keep a clean sheet going into his 100th appearance, which should come in a friendly against Argentina in a couple of months' time. That'll be a real stern test for the Spanish as well, whether they can translate their European form onto the world stage. A good atmosphere in the Bilino Poliate Stadium. A lot of foreign national teams have already said, consider this place a curse. Bosnia and Herzegovina usually get decent results here. It's not going that way at the moment. Certainly if it stays as it is, then Spain will have happy memories of coming here. In fact, in 15 games between 1995 and 2006, Bosnia and Herzegovina went unbeaten for 15 games played here, so over 11 years. Well, they have lost since then, but certainly, nevertheless, a good record. Here's Dzeko. Being forced to come deep to get the ball. Usually likes to play off the shoulder of the last defender as the main target man. Hasn't really been able to do that so far tonight. Maybe the pitch playing a part in that clearance there from Nemanja Supic. 6'6" he is. Iniesta. Now Alonso. Sloppy pass in the centre from Sergio Busquets. Another Barcelona player who's come through the ranks and is winning his 8th cap tonight. Made his debut, in fact, back in April against Turkey. That was another match I had the pleasure of commentating, and he looked a decent prospect in that and has come through. Sloppy pass then, but seems to have cemented his place, at least in the Spanish squad. Gets a starting berth tonight. Now it's Salihovic. Too long this time for Zvezdan Misimovic. And all over the park, you'll see him coming deep to get the ball. In behind the strikers, and also trying to make incisive runs in behind the defence as well. All action player. Many describe him as the complete playmaker, and it's a wonder, in fact, that he hasn't moved on from the Bundesliga in many respects. Certainly, many a party interested. Forward by Rahimic. There he is again. Salahovic outside of him. Smajic opts for the long ball. Well, the new breed has been named the golden generation for Bosnia and Herzegovina. The likes of Dzeko, Misimovic, Salahovic, Ibisevic, Pjanic. Formidable front line, really. But, of course, you remember days for the nation. The likes of Hasan Salihamidzic, who used to ply his trade for the likes of Bayern Munich and Juventus. Elvir Bolic as well, another striker. In fact, he's got the record number of goals for the nation with 24. Won't be long, though, by the looks of it, until Dzeko overtakes that. 15 already for him. Maybe Misimovic as well. He's also got 15, but Dzeko, of course, a striker. And judging on the last couple of seasons in Germany, someone who will go on and break records. Capdevila. Silva. Alonso finds Iniesta. He's faded somewhat. He's far more creative in the early stages, but perhaps he'll try and build something here. Alonso. Piqué again for Iniesta. As I said, only touch and go whether he would play in this match at all. Finds himself in the starting lineup. Ball in from Capdevila. Wins a corner. Well, certainly Andres Iniesta, an important component of the Spanish side. Indeed, Wayne Rooney has rated him as the best midfielder in the world. So some compliment coming from the England striker. Leading scorer, joint leading scorer in the qualification campaign. Known to the Spanish as San Andres or Saint Andres. He's such a human player, they say. Not arrogant. Many named him also the anti-Galactico in the press. Maybe a little dig there, though, from the Barcelona fans at the big rivals Real. Early free kick taken here, Silva. Well, a little bit too much perhaps there from Miralem Pjanic. No one to be dribbling like that on the edge of your own box. Here's Raul Albiol. Break on perhaps here. It's Ibisevic. Dzeko waiting in the middle. Too long for him. Salahovic will have a battle on to keep this one in. Doesn't quite manage it. No, a wasted ball in the end from Vedat Ibisevic. Ibisevic himself actually speaks, as well as Bosnian, of course, fluent English, French and German. So he's now at Hoffenheim, but when he was at Aachen, his former club, he was employed, as well as being a player, as an official translator on the training ground for all the other players in the squad. Multi-talented footballer. Side, or at least he thought he was, over on the far side. Andoni Iraola. Misimovic. Players ahead of him. Decent ball through for Ibisevic. Had a quick look over at the linesman. I think he probably thought he was in an offside position there, but didn't react quite quickly enough. Xavi Alonso for Spain. Iniesta. Maybe fancy his chances here. Silva gets the strike in and just wide. Proving a real danger man for the Bosnians to deal with. Threaded in, got the strike away, and That was mighty close indeed. Sense that if it was on target, then Supic would have struggled to get down to that one. 3-0 would probably be a little bit too harsh on the Bosnians, though. They have done their best to get forward. It's just been that final ball, the finish, that's been lacking on a couple of occasions as well. Pjanic. Well, claims for handball, not given. And maybe a break on here for Spain as well. Screaming at the far post is Silva, but well, Areola couldn't find him. End-to-end stuff at the moment. Bosnia having a go themselves. Atmosphere slightly lifted as we move into the final 10 minutes of the half. Certainly would be a good time for Bosnia to score and turn the game, send the Spanish in with something to think about. Meanwhile, Riera drifted over to the right of midfield, perhaps in the hope of cutting inside and getting a shot away. There is again on the ball. Areola. Iniesta. Clever 1-2. Just got away from Iniesta there. Nadarovic looked a decent centre-back. Massive frame he is. 23rd cap tonight. Bringing it forward is Piqué. Lots of room here for Capdevila. Decent cross as well. And just onto the bar. Well, misjudged by the goalkeeper. Negredo doesn't feel that he got the final touch on that one, in fact. It's a good ball over, tempting the goalkeeper Supic to come out, which he did, and he was in no man's land really when the header came. Well, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, really. Could have gone either way, but another warning shot there for the Bosnians. Still 2-0 the scoreline. They're already far enough behind to warrant some kind of reaction. They've been doing their best to create, but it just hasn't happened for them so far. Spain may consider themselves somewhat fortuitous to be 2-0 in front, but at the end of the day, they have created and they have taken their chances. Despite most of the attacking play coming from the men in blue tonight. Here's Pjanic. No offside this time against Jajic. Rahimic does well to retrieve possession. That's clever, and a chance on here for the Bosnians. Salihovic! Good save again, and that's why Iker Casillas is rated as one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Salihovic again in a decent position coming in from the left. It was well worked by the Bosnians. Delightful flick through from Misimovic. Čeko wanted it in the centre, as did Ibisevic. Salihovic went alone, and a good save from Casillas. Still the chance is there, and over the bar this time. Pjanic again. Well, he's had a number of efforts on goal. Not all of them have hit the target. Again, this one comfortably wide. Didn't really get the connection he wanted there. Here again, the chance. Maybe have gone for the far post. Easy to say, having the replay, but certainly another good chance wasted for Bosnia and Herzegovina. It's well done at the back there by Spajic, but he's lost possession eventually. Iniesta, clever. No foul on Negredo. Well, certainly the Bosnia and Herzegovinian fans can make for a really tough atmosphere. They get very heated in this stadium. It's not the biggest, of course, but certainly not the most welcoming of places to come for the Spanish. They've got another chance on here. It's Riera. Again, one touch too many, in my opinion. Should have hit that one as it came through onto his left foot. Alonso can't get the strike away. Muratovic. Final pass for Bosnia, lacking again. Well, Spain struggled against Armenia in many respects, certainly in the goal-scoring stage, just overcame them by 2-1, a Mata penalty. Certainly the result here, or at least the scoreline here at the moment, would suggest they'd have an easy time of it, but the Bosnians haven't come here to sit back on home turf. They're trying to get a result against the Spanish and put on a show for the fans who, as I said earlier, are mighty proud of their side for getting into the playoffs, the draw for which takes place on Monday. What a wonderful story it would be for the former Yugoslavian Republic to make it into the World Cup finals for the first time. They've never qualified for a major tournament. With Spain, again, Riera can't quite get on the end of it. All in all, a disappointing first half for him, Albert Riera. Wins the free kick here, though, in a decent position. Not too much in that one, but still good opportunity for the Spanish to bring the likes of Piqué forward again. We know that Xabi Alonso can deliver. That's how they got the first goal. Indeed, it is Alonso. Plays it low, and a strike coming in. Not well hit at all. In fact, hardly hit. In the centre there by Busquets. Throw from Muratovic. Gets the ball back, the 33-year-old. Plays his football with Sturm Graz in Austria. Also played in Germany and Russia previous to that. He was with Graz AK, but moved on at the end of the season after they were relegated. Bit of work for Casillas to do. Seems to be so much room in midfield for the Spanish every time on the flanks, either on the right or the left. Certainly Riera's been getting plenty of space on the left. Hasn't utilised it as well as El Bosque will have hoped, the coach, but it does seem incredible how they managed to create such space. It's the likes of Iniesta and Silva and their darting runs that really do the damage. Well, Dzeko looks on. He's not getting the service that he might have wished for so far in this first half, making his feelings known to the midfield as well. Iniesta. Alonso here for Silva. Let's throw it in here for Capdevila. Good block, an important block in the centre from Nadarevic. Not the first time he's put in a saving challenge. Of course, the earlier strike from Albert Riera, blocked superbly by the number 13. Dzeko wins the header, but he's adjudged to have fouled, or have been fouled, I beg your pardon, by Raul Albiol. Albiol, just 24 years of age. Apparently Real Madrid were after Carlos Puyol, but knowing that they wouldn't get him from Barcelona, opted for Raul Albiol instead over the summer. Put in a decent display so far for the Spanish. I have to say they have defended stoutly against some very difficult players to play against indeed in the Bosnian attack. Jajic forward. Misimovic. Now the captain, Spajic. Half time fast approaching. Bosnia They're keen to get that goal and just give themselves a chance in the second half. Give them something to build on in the half-time interval. Referee Konrad Plautz there, the Austrian, not too happy with the challenge from Real Albiol. It's enough to bring Miroslav Blažević from his seat. Said before the game that his side, Bosnia and Herzegovina, were up against one of the strongest in the world. In fact, Spain did drop in the world rankings recently into second place. They were top. In fact, they were the only side ever who haven't won the World Cup to be top of the world rankings. They have since been overtaken by Brazil. Certainly Europe's #1 side at the moment. Sloppy effort. Salahovic, we know he can do a lot better than that, as he's proven over the years with both Hertha Berlin and most recently Hoffenheim. Was in fact German citizen early on in his career, moved to Hertha Berlin as a youngster after his family fled Bosnia and Herzegovina during the war. Only made 5 appearances though for Hertha Berlin before moving on in 2006 to Hoffenheim, and it's proven to be a fantastic move. Hoffenheim now challenging at the top of the Bundesliga. Hertha Berlin, his old club, languishing at the foot of the table. As you'll have seen now, 1 minute of added time. Haven't had really many injuries in this first half. Alonso to take the free kick. Capdevila. Chance Pereira to put a decent cross in. Again, one touch too many. I think it's got something to do with the quality of the pitch. Players seem reluctant to take the first time pass, the first time shot. A lot of dallying in possession. Certainly the pitch got plenty of bobbles, which has tricked a few players already in this game. So, half-time whistle imminent. Spain 2-0 ahead, but arguably in many respects lucky to be so as the half-time whistle goes here at the Belino Polier. Bosnia 0, Spain 2, and the Spanish are on course for their 100% record in Group 5. Can they make it 10 out of 10? It's looking that way at the moment. A quick-fire double on 13 and 14 minutes. Gerard Piqué first, heading home from a Xabi Alonso free kick before David Silva was sent through by the new boy Alvaro Negredo to finish calmly past Nemanja Supic. Bosnia, they've created plenty of chances, haven't been able to find the target yet, and they're going to have to change that around and start improving their conversion rate in the second period. But they're certainly still in this game. It's been an exciting one, lots of attacking football, so do join us for the second half. We'll see you in 15 minutes. So, welcome back to the Belino Polier Stadium here in Zenica, where the European champions Spain are leading Bosnia and Herzegovina, the home side, by 2-0. Goals coming in the 13th and 14th minute. There was a quick-fire double from Gerard Piqué, the Barcelona defender, and David Silva, the playmaker from Valencia. Well, you'll have noticed during the half-time break that Bosnia were out much longer before their visitors. Perhaps a stern talking to from Miroslav Blažević, the manager. Although, in fairness to them, they did put in a fairly decent performance, in my view, in the first half. They created chances. They'll be looking to continue to do so in the second period. Spain able to enjoy themselves, really, so far in the game. They know that the game doesn't really mean anything, certainly in terms of the group. It's more about pride here tonight, and certainly the Bosnians wanting to put in a decent performance in front of their home fans, a send-off ahead of the playoffs next month. Of course, the playoffs, the draw on Monday, as I've already mentioned. The games themselves will be on Saturday the 14th and Wednesday the 18th of November. Bosnia looking to bring on Zlatan Bajramovic there. Another German-based player in the Bosnian side, plays his trade with Eintracht Frankfurt. Elvir Ramic, the man withdrawn, 33-year-old. Bajramovic himself is 30, winning his 32nd cap here tonight for Bosnia Herzegovina. Well, Spain, somewhat fortuitous maybe to be in front. Certainly they've played well. They've had a lot of possession in the first half. Not too many chances, certainly not as many as the Bosnians had. Ike Casillas making some saves, but the Bosnians also wasting a host of chances, putting them either wide or over the bar. Can they improve in the second half? Well, they've certainly got the means with which to do so. The attacking triumvirate of Misimovic, Dzeko and Ibisevic still on the field. Decision not going the way of the Bosnians that time, but they still have possession from the throw, and Ibisevic is away here down the left, being tracked closely by Sergio Busquets. Corner in from Misimovic, cleared comfortably. It's gone for another corner. Alonso, the man who got rid. Misimovic here for Pjanic, and that one will go again. Another opportunity to put a decent delivery in towards the centre. Pjanic leaves it for Misimovic, and well, it was a good delivery, but dealt with eventually by the Spanish. Bosnia may as well go for broke, really. Although certainly a heavier defeat than 2-0. Wouldn't go down too well with the home fans, and certainly going into the playoff tie, they'll want to go in with a win for confidence sake. Iniesta. Well, it was said that if Iniesta did play, he would play a maximum of an hour, so enjoy the next 15 minutes of him. Chance here for Bosnia, saving challenge coming in from Albiol. Not quite happening in front of goal yet. Dzeko desperate to get on target and draw level with Gekas and Rooney as the top scorer in World Cup qualifying. Poor corner this time. Well, Spain themselves, not the best record in World Cup finals, of course. Their best showing way back in 1950. First World Cup following the Second World War. They came fourth in that, so reaching the semi-finals, but since then they've never got past the quarter-finals. Reached the second round in 2006. Again, Bosnia trying to carve them down here. Maybe we'll see a few higher balls into the box. Certainly Dzeko, a real threat in the air. We didn't see him really getting that kind of service in the first half. Of course, he's a great finisher on the ground as well, which is what Bosnia were trying to play off in the first half. Maybe time for something new. Certainly Miroslav Blažević knows his way around a football pitch. Led Croatia to the semi-finals of World Cup 98, of course, with the likes of Davor Šuker, Zvonimir Boban and the like. Here's Pjanic. Spain managing to keep the Bosnians at bay. Free kick Spain's way. Iniesta certainly not a player who feigns injury or dives or invites fouls. He'll be taking the free kick. It was Riera, in fact, hustled out of it in the end. Rather harsh, you have to say, on the Bosnian defence. Iraola. Iniesta. PK, calm under pressure. Good harrying work from the Bosnians, not giving Spain quite as much time on the ball. Maybe something that was addressed during the half-time interval. Of course, as I mentioned in the first half, Spain getting so much room in midfield. Really could just split the Bosnians open with any pass, and they've got a decent chance on here, and Negredo makes it 3. intricate play into the box from Spain. And surely now, that's 3 points here tonight, 30 in total. Early in the second half, of course, but really now, Spain cruising towards victory. Alvaro Negredo, the Sevilla frontman. It was Iniesta who created it. Unselfish play in the centre from David Silva. And a clever finish in the centre, left-footed. On the spin as well. No chance in goal for Nemanja Supic. Well, 3-0, not the result, but Bosnia and Herzegovina really is looking very ominous for them now indeed. Well, the floodgates open now. Spain, of course, certainly capable. They've still got players on the bench in abundance who could cause the Bosnians problems, not least Fernando Torres. Santiago Cazorla on the bench as well. It's Dzeko. All into the centre, looking for Ibisevic. Almost clawed that one out of the skies, but in the end wins a corner out of it. Bosnia's formidable home record here, blasted into tatters really by the Spanish, who've just taken their chances. That's really the only way you can sum this game up so far. Bosnia haven't by any means played poorly. They've just been undone at the back. Plenty of attacking play from the men in blue. Pjanic losing possession again. A little bit too tricky from him once more. What a bad start to the second half. Certainly will have knocked any hopes that Bosnia had of a comeback, really. Of course, they'll give it a go, but against the number 2 side in the world, the number 1 side in Europe, it really is going to be an uphill struggle. And you sense that Spain may even nick a couple more. Cut out by Piqué. Only as far, though, as Murazovic, but his ball back into the box is a sloppy one. Busquets. Albert Riera. Not very good in the first half in my view. Maybe he'll improve in the second. Alonso. Busquets. You'll notice how Iniesta receives the ball even under pressure. Just takes the pressure off of his teammates. He's often marked by 3 or 4 players. Still they give him the ball. Gives the ball back and opens up space for teammates. Dangerous play at the back from Bosnia Herzegovina. Here's Busquets. Spain have got the Bosnians pinned back now, just where they want them. Iniesta. Oh, this is more like it from Spain. Excellent stuff. The kind of football that won them the European Championships last year. Misimovic just about retaining possession for the home side. Still Riera comes away with it. Well, you do wonder, just looking at the group, and indeed this result tonight, Bosnia certainly have done themselves very proud indeed in getting into second spot, but I saw an interview with Zvezdan Misimovic earlier in the week, and he was saying that they're not quite at that level yet. They can't take on the top sides, and I think that's shown here tonight against Spain. Certainly in the group, they're way off the pace, really, in terms of the top spot in the group. Be trailing Spain by 11 points if things stay as they are, which looks like they will. No disrespect to the Bosnians. Forward by Pjanic. Dzeko unable to get hold of it this time. Maybe that last goal for Spain will have taken a little bit of the sting out of their play. They look very leisurely, rolling the ball around, and they're in again here. Decent ball into the centre, and it's into the back of the net. Negredo gets his second mistake from the goalkeeper, you have to say. Fortuitous goal. And again, Spain take the Bosnians apart at the back. Good news for the Spanish. Certainly that'll make for a sombre atmosphere here at the Bellino Poie. Again, the architect, Iniesta. Ball in from Riera. And arriving. Unfortunate that the ball came through to him, really, as it bobbled across both goalkeeper and defender. And well, how about that? Kneed into the roof of the net by Negredo. Instinctive finish. But it doesn't matter how they cross the line, it's the point that they cross the line, and certainly has done here. 4-0 now to Spain. Well, gives him a decent international scoring record. That's 2 in 3 appearances now for Alvaro Negredo. He equalled his tally in La Liga this term. Let's hope the Bosnian heads don't drop now. Another quick-fire double from the Spanish. They did that in the first half. The goals on 13 and 14 minutes from Piqué and Silva, and now again 2 from Negredo within 5 minutes of each other. Just burst to life the Spanish, and they could be in again here. Silva's awaiting in the centre. If Riera can find him, and he will do, but the angle just got away there from Silva. Didn't control it. Not the easiest ball across the wall from Riera, but certainly Silva will feel he should have done better there. It could be 5 quite easily. Alonso to take the corner. Three players going for the same ball. Lack of communication on the edge of the box from the Bosnia Herzegovina defence. Well, in trouble there is Supic as he came for that one. I think he had to come, really, but had to claim it and almost took the ball out of his own box. Risking a red card by doing so, but just about let go in time, and fortunately for him, his clearance ricocheted out of play. Spain again dominating in midfield. Long range strike coming in, but that's bread and butter stuff this time for Supic. Capdevila there, 4 goals at international level, the 31-year-old. Been part of the international setup for 7 years now. Made his debut in October 2002 against Paraguay. Dzeko. Pjanic, but again crowded out by the Spanish. Still, Albiol had to react. Ratovic. Now Ibisevic. Pjanic again. Just not happening now. Certainly they look more dangerous in the first half, the Bosnians. Haven't quite managed to carve out as many chances. Maybe Vicente Del Bosque has just had a word with his troops and told them to tighten things up at the back. And maybe it's just a case of being 4-0 down and the heads dropping. Maybe the more simple explanation. Iniesta. Iraola. Iniesta again. Maybe a bit of damage limitation now. You can see how many players that Bosnia Herzegovina have got behind the ball now. Only Dzeko remaining forward. Alonso finds Silva. Doesn't quite happen on the edge of the box there for Busquets. Well, still the Bosnian fans applauding their side and making for a good atmosphere here at the Bellino Poie Stadium. Still disappointing nonetheless for the home fans. They I've wanted to see that their side maybe could mix it with the best of European football. Certainly Spain so far showing them exactly who's boss around here, certainly in Group 5. Spajic. Now Salihovic, who had a couple of good chances in the first half, didn't quite make them count. That's sloppy in the centre from Zlatan Bajramovic. Hasn't seen much of the ball in midfield, the Frankfurt man. Actually born in Hamburg and joined a local cult side up there, St. Pauli, who ply their trade in the German 2nd division. He moved on to Frankfurt via Freiburg and Schalke. Piqué. Excellent support from the Bosnia Herzegovina faithful. Good to see many fans, notably the French. I've seen them a good few times this season, and their fans very, very fickle in terms of the result. If they're losing, then it's silence, or, well, sometimes silence is preferred by the French players as opposed to the booing that they've had a lot throughout this tournament. Playing Austria tonight, of course, in their final group match, and already guaranteed a playoff spot. Indeed, they could face Bosnia. That's the kind of opposition that the home side can look forward to in a month's time. Here's Riera, meanwhile, on his weaker right foot. Alonso for Iniesta. Silva wants the ball back, but closely monitored by the Bosnian defence. Eventually possession lost. Here's Dzeko. Ibisevic ahead of him, being well dealt with there by Gerard Piqué. Of course, poached, if you will. Maybe I shouldn't use that terminology, but taken at a young age from Barcelona by Manchester United, but bought back many years later, of course. Now 22, Gerard Piqué, and well, said he didn't understand Sir Alex Ferguson's Scottish accent while he was at Old Trafford. Actually made his debut against England in a 2-0 win back in 2008. Iniesta taking on Spajic. No foul. Given in the end. Late decision there. And a yellow card for Andres Iniesta. Oh, petulant, I think, really. That's the word. Let's just take another look at that one. The strong challenge from Spajic. Well, there you see it. Unnecessary from Andres Iniesta. I was only talking earlier in the first half of what a gentleman he is on the pitch, and how the fans respect him for his humility. Well, not quite that side of Andres Iniesta coming through there. Yellow card. Capdevila. Riera ahead of him. He was under pressure when he received the ball. Probably not the best option there from Juan Capdevila. Here he is again. Second bite of the cherry, and Riera's done well here. Can he get the strike away? Riera looking in the centre for Negredo. Didn't quite link up as well as the Spanish fans may have hoped. Still, Negredo wins the corner. Alvaro Negredo, 2 goals tonight, only called into the squad late because David Villa was injured. It's made a good impact as well. 2 goals tonight. One of them slightly more impressive than the other, and another chance on here, but luckily for the Bosnians, ball too close to Nemanja Supic this time. Alonso. One of the finest passes in the game. Haven't seen too many of his sprayed balls. He's been keeping it short and sweet so far in this game. But just as I say that, brings a beautiful ball out wide here for Iraola. Marcos Senna warming up on the touchline, getting ready to go. 33 years of age now, but such an important part of the Spanish side that won the European Championships over the summer. Well, over last summer, I should say. 2008, of course, but well, what a great player he was for them. Brazilian-born, of course. Got citizenship to play for Spain in 2006 and immediately made his debut in March of that year against the Ivory Coast. Capdevila. Iniesta. Subtle flick on here for David Silva. Ibisevic now for Misimovic, who's been quiet in the second half, as is most of the Bosnian attack. They've struggled to get the ball forward, really. Miroslav Blazevic's side. Blažević himself considered a living legend by the Bosnian fans, especially after his exploits in this qualification campaign. And here comes the substitution then. It's Senna coming on for Spain. Meanwhile, substitution for Bosnia as well. Admir Vlahović coming on. And as suspected, well, he's played a little bit more than an hour, as we predicted, but Andres Iniesta, well, he'd be disappointed to have picked up the yellow card, but certainly involved in the Spanish goals to some extent, in every single one. Much of the play has gone through him. Quality player, the Barcelona man, one of the finest footballers in the world at the moment. And he makes way, maybe a little bit of an agreement there between Barcelona and the national coach Vicente Del Bosque. Keep him protected to Barcelona. Of course, they'll have an important La Liga fixture at the weekend. There we go. His part in the first Negredo goal. It's Muratovic who actually made way for Vlahović. Admir Vlahović plays his football in Austria with Red Bull Salzburg. Saw them not so long ago against Villarreal. Put themselves in danger here, the Bosnians, and side netting in the end from David Silva. Rather played themselves into trouble that time. Midway through the second half now. Well, look at that, unnecessary. Why did the goalkeeper come there? Why didn't the defender just kick it away? Misimovic there, known as the Plum in German football, due to his first name sounding rather like the German word for plum, Svedsta. He was good in the first half. Second half really has been all about the men in gold. Piqué. Iraola. Those sloppy passes in midfield, just breaking up the flow of the game for both sides. Spain, more so Bosnia. Although Bosnia struggling to get any kind of passing moves going at the moment. Pitch has had a lot to do with it, but I think that's been more of a problem for the Spanish. Capdevila forward. Silva, the most prominent man in attack, and well, disappointing for Salihovic there. Gifting the Spanish possession. Senna. Poor first touch of the ball since coming on as a substitute for him. And that's a better idea from the Bosnians, trying to release Dzeko, but again Casillas doesn't have much to do, but when he is called upon, he does it well. Chasing, of course, the Caps record, 99th appearance tonight, as we've said. Hundredths to follow soon, I'm sure, but he'll be looking to overtake Raul, the legendary striker at Real Madrid, who's got 102, and of course the record holder himself, Andoni Zubizarreta, another goalkeeper, retired long ago now, and certainly at the age of 28, Iker Casillas got many years ahead of him as a goalkeeper, almost certain to overtake the record number of caps in a Spanish shirt. Capdevila, decent ball in again, bit of a confusion there between Supic and his defence. Doesn't seem that Supic quite trusts his defenders to get the ball away. Riera holding on to the ball. Eventually finds Senna. Areola, not much to aim for in the centre. Negredo the only front man, and he's on the ball now. Spajic eventually gets it away, but still the Bosnians struggling to clear the ball. One too many touches for my liking at the back. Sometimes, of course, despite their excellent technical ability in those situations, getting the ball upfield is priority number one. I don't think there was much in the centre there that Busquets could have done about the foul there. And Bajramovic. Into handball against Dzeko, having his shirt pulled maybe, but not enough to worry the referee. Well, this really just proving, despite the number of players who Spain have out, they really do have the strength in depth to go on and win games against quality opposition, despite not having their first choice 11 out on the field. Ibisevic that time with the header. Really struggling for chances in this second half. 3 goals in the Bundesliga this term, as already mentioned, all in the same game. They came against Hertha Berlin. Started his football career in America, in fact. Came through the university system before moving to Europe with Paris Saint-Germain. Before his horrible injury last Christmas, of course, there was talk of a move to Manchester United, which broke down. Sure, would be desperate to revive that kind of form. Looks like we're going to have a substitution here from the Bosnians. It's going to be Salahovic, actually, who comes off, the Hoffenheim winger. Created chances, and a couple of his own as well, saved by Casillas. Hrgovic, who comes on to replace him, more of a wing-back, Hrgovic. Another one who plays in Germany, almost all the Bosnia team playing in Germany. Plays for Greuther Fürth in the second division of German football. Has also had spells in Japan. So a well-travelled left-back. He's 30 years of age now. He's only been called back into the squad since he joined Fürth. Can he tighten things up against the Spanish, or even create something? Let's see. Alonso. Riera's got Capdevila outside of him. Busquets now. Pico looking really assured as a defender. That's a clever ball in here for Riera. The ball across, a poor one, the clearance even worse and not far away, right-footed from Albert Riera. Certainly worth a go. He was gifted the opportunity, really. Looked like the chance had been wasted. And again, Bosnia failing to clear their lines, and that's been a major problem for them, especially in the second half. And well, looking at the replay, that was even closer than first thought. Quite what Safet Nadarevic was thinking, I'm not quite sure. Gifted the ball straight back to Albert Riera. Hardly convincing either from Hrgović this time. Throw in from Iraola. Here's Senna. Spajic looking to build from the back again, but Spanish just not giving the Bosnians any time on the ball whatsoever. Ibisevic. Lackluster forward pass, but still they have possession. Misimovic. Right, it's Pjanic. Almost found again that time by Misimovic. Really have struggled in midfield. The Bosnians are just failing to string any kind of passing fluency together, really. It's Spajic now, the captain. Signed from Lokomotiv Moscow this term, and maybe a chance on here if they can get the ball across, but well, the delay proved crucial in the end. Easy for Casillas. Dzeko punched in the centre. Really requires better service than that. The kind of service that helped him score the opener against Manchester United in the Champions League recently. Towering header. Hasn't had any crosses at all in the air to deal with. Substitution now then for the Spanish, and it's Piqué who comes off. Sergio Ramos will replace him. Well, Ramos, the Real Madrid defender, 54th cap for him tonight, and he's only 23 years of age. Such a fantastic young talent, and certainly Real Madrid thought so early on. They spotted him, paying 27 million euros back in 2005 to take him from Sevilla to the capital. Of course, took over duties there from the great Michel Salgado. For many years, the bombing right full-back for Real Madrid, but well, Ramos has taken over that mantle with aplomb, it has to be said. Does pop up with the occasional goal as well. He scored 17 since joining Real Madrid, which isn't bad for a right back at all. He'll probably slot in at centre back in fairness, because Iraola, not quite sure, is as comfortable in the centre. Ramos certainly has the ability to play at centre back. Misimovic. Pjanic. Again crowded out. It seems like the Spanish have an extra man on the field almost all the time. Always so much space and time on the ball. Really a lesson for the Bosnians. Certainly no lack of effort from them, but they've just been outclassed. Certainly in front of goal. Marcos Senna plays his club football with Villarreal. Scored the first goal in the 4-0 victory over Armenia last September. Alonso. Silva for Senna. Alonso again. Battling for it is Negredo. Approaching the final stages of the match now, and well, pride at stake really. Certainly 5-0 has a much worse ring to it than 4-0, so Bosnia won't want to concede again, but they'll certainly want to give their fans something to cheer about. They've been excellent tonight. Comes out as far here as Pjanic, but again, just that bobble on the pitch really forcing the lack of control. The surface really has played a part in tonight's match, but well, Spain have managed to overcome it. It's not like we can say the Bosnians are used to it. Certainly in Europe's top leagues, in fantastic stadiums around the world. We already mentioned about many of them playing in Germany, where some of the best stadia around in the Bundesliga. Silva, scorer of Spain's second goal. In here for Busquets, and the chance is on here. Riera, can he finish? No, good save. Supic does well. Draws applause from the crowd. Riera again lacking in front of goal. Doesn't look confident for me tonight. I wonder he hasn't been taken off actually, but certainly be involved in a lot of the play. Well, no offside over on the far side against Pjanic here, but can he get the cross in? He gets the strike in. And again, no power in the effort and comfortable for Iker Casillas. Casillas fourth in the European Footballer of the Year awards last season, behind Ronaldo, Messi and his international teammate Fernando Torres. Another substitution now then for the Spanish, their final substitution. Juan Mata, who scored the winner against Armenia the other day, secure the 3 points. Excellent young player, diminutive star with bags of pace. And he'll replace his Valencia teammate David Silva. See him score the second goal there. Excellent finish, calm under pressure, rolled it in. It was an exquisite goal really from the Spanish. And it's Mata who comes on, usually plays down the left. Very fast player. As I said, winner the other day against Armenia. That was a penalty, incidentally. There's a good partnership with Villa at club level. David Villa, of course, missing tonight for Spain. Well, that's onto the crossbar. Well, whether that was a cross or a shot, I'm not quite sure. Had to be tipped onto the bar, though, by Supic. Alonso. Well, I'm sure he'll tell you who's going for goal, but, well, fantastic save in the end, really, from Supic. Second time in the last few minutes he's been called into action. So Riera to swing this one in left-footed. Riera signed for €8 million back in 2007 from Espanyol. As I mentioned earlier, an ill-fated spell at Manchester City. Certainly had some good skill, but never really made it at Eastlands. Spanish connection at Liverpool with Rafa Benitez as coach. Is Mata trying to force a way through. Keeps possession for his side. Riera, who's switched to the right now. Well, a heavy challenge from Busquets. Play goes on, says the Austrian referee. Dzeko doing well to keep hold of the ball. And of course, a great shame for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Certainly won't be getting anything from this game now. 4-0 down with just 7 minutes to go. But of course, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't matter too much. The final game of the group. All the places already settled. Spain going to the World Cup finals as leaders. Bosnia have that playoff, the important match in a few weeks' time. Here's Dzeko. Oh, I got the cross in under pressure, but far too long. Still manages to find Vlahovic. Pjanic showing good strength. Spain worked that one well to get away. It's Negredo. got the strength? Has he got the pace to get past Fajic? Well, he has, but sloppy finish to the move. Straight into the arms of Supic. Well, on a hat-trick, of course, Negredo. What a way that would be to finish the World Cup qualifying campaign, coming in as a replacement and then notching a hat-trick on the final day. We were saying a few moments ago, the Bosnians got tough opposition. The draw for the playoffs for the World Cup finals will be seeded, which means lower ranked sides such as Bosnia Herzegovina, ranked 46th in the world, will most likely come up against the likes of Russia or France. Portugal as well, very likely to be in that playoff draw. All they have to do tonight is get a result at home to Malta, which in all fairness you'd expect them to do. So certainly the Bosnians have got a long way to go if they are indeed to make it to the World Cup finals, but well, they've done their fans proud. And they'll certainly be cheering them all the way, no matter what happens. That's what they've done tonight. They've enjoyed it. Well, first effort on goal. Dzeko just about getting his head in there, diverting it towards goal. It's gone behind for another corner. Bit of a problem there for Busquets by the looks of it. Or is it because... Well, it's Capdevila. Let's just take another look at that one. Under the challenge of Edin Dzeko, and he appears to be holding his ribs, so really in some pain here. Juan Capdevila, his 41st cap tonight. Does like to get forward. We haven't seen so much of it, but certainly a player who can put in some dangerous deliveries for SOS from the left. Spent 7 years with Deportivo La Coruña before moving on to Villarreal, his current club, 2 years ago. Oh, hardly encouraging the scoreline for Miroslav Blažević. On the bench, you just saw him there. Certainly a long way to go before he can take on the likes of Spain and perhaps Holland as well. Spain, of course, sharing their 100% record in World Cup qualifying with Holland. England almost made it, but of course lost to Ukraine on Saturday. Here's Fajic. For Dzeko, who, as you'd expect, wins it in the air. 6'3.5". Fajic for Pjanic. Again looking for Dzeko, but just the Spaniards too strong. Very compact defence. Foul on Mata. Mata's just 21 years of age. Actually studying journalism at Madrid Polytechnic, so I'm sure we'll see him once his career's over. A long way to go yet, of course, but I'm sure we'll see him on Spanish TV screen around 15 years' time if he continues with that. Negredo, that's a clever ball into the centre, and what a goal that is! Superb from the Spanish, and it was made by Negredo. The Sevilla man feeding Juan Mata just on as a substitute, notching his third goal, but it was really put on a plate for him. Negredo, 2 goals, and then a sublime pass through with the outside of his left foot. 5-0 now for Spain. Embarrassment really at home for Bosnia and Herzegovina. They've been poor in the second half. Spirited first half display, but really taken apart by the brilliance of the Spanish. And well, look at that for a pass. Simple finish in the end for Juan Mata, his third at international level. And he adds again after his goal against Armenia, another one here tonight against Bosnia. Absolutely superb from the Spanish. Oh, what a prospect he looks as well. Alvaro Negredo, 24 years of age. Only his second cap. He's got 2 goals, so a goal a game now at international level for him. And an excellent assist as well. Maybe a chance though here for the Bosnians, surely into the back of the net, and finally something for the home fans to cheer. It's Dzeko. Well, in the final minute of the match, they had to wait for it, but finally they get some reward for a courageous first half performance. They have been outclassed here tonight by the Spanish, but eventually the ball into the back of the net. It's Edin Dzeko who, with that goal, draws level with Wayne Rooney and Teofanis Gekas at the top of the World Cup qualifying goal scorer charts. It looked like he may have wasted the chance, the strike coming across. Eventually ended up with Dzeko, and well, unable to clear it off the line in the end. Capdevila and in off the post. 9 goals then in 10 games for Edin Dzeko. I think it was Ramos on the line, unable to get a touch on it. 5-1, and we're into stoppage time. It's been entertaining, no doubt about that. Six goals, 2 excellent sides. But certainly the Spaniards far superior tonight. It's been clear they can take teams apart, even with a second string lineup, if you want to call this lineup a second string lineup. The Bosnians, well, they've been excellent in this qualification campaign, one of the highest scorers of all teams, but really put in their place tonight. Not quite at the top level as Spain are at the moment. Can they grab a second? It drops in nicely, and a second goal for the Bosnians. Misimovic gets it, the Wolfsburg man. Well, the 2 stars round off the campaign in good fashion. Suddenly, Spain's 5-goal cushion is reduced to 3. Well, Spain perhaps a little bit lazy at the back there. It dropped for Misimovic, didn't hit it so cleanly, but no chance for Iker Casillas that time. Concedes 2 on his 99th appearance. Well, through the legs there of Anthony Iraola. Maybe it was going off target as well, but I'm sure Misimovic will claim that as his 16th. Draws level, in fact, with Edin Dzeko on 16 goals at international level now. And something to cheer for the Bosnians. Well, they deserve it. They've been excellent tonight in their support. They've created a great atmosphere, despite really looking as though they were going to get absolutely thumped. And, well, 5-2 certainly isn't the best scoreline you've ever seen. It's certainly a lot better than 5-0. Now, can they add another one as the game and the Group 5 campaign draws to a close? Certainly 5-3 would look a lot more respectable. Wouldn't bet against it. Pjanic with the free kick. Lifted in towards Dzeko. Hrgovic jumping for it, eventually away by the Spanish. Riera. Mata. And there is the final whistle. It's the end of World Cup qualifying Group 5. It's finished here at the Belino Poye. Bosnia Herzegovina 2, Spain 5. 100% for Vicente Del Bosque's men. Well, still a wonderful way to finish for the Spanish, despite conceding 2 late goals there from Edin Dzeko and Misimovic. Spain go to the World Cup finals as group winners. They've won 10 out of 10, 30 points from a possible 30, and 28 goals in total. Well, is there anything that can stop them? Bosnia, the home side, well, they made the score slightly more respectable in the closing stages, as I said. 5-2, not exactly the send-off they were hoping for going into the playoffs next week. And that's where it is all at next month for the Bosnia and Herzegovina squad. They've got to pick themselves up from this. They put in a decent performance in the first half, but in the end, the Spanish just too strong for them. Goals from PK Silva, 2 from Negredo, and a late one from Mata for the Spanish. Dzeko and Misimovic as the game came to a close for the home side. 7 goals in total here. A nice one for the fans here at the Belino Poirier. And rightly, the Bosnian players applaud their support. They've been excellent, no doubt about it. And, well, the Bosnians excellent too, considering where they've come over the last 13 years. My name's Andy James. I hope you enjoyed it tonight. 7 goals for you tonight. And a comfortable win, though, for the Spanish. They've shown exactly who's boss here tonight. And they will go to the World Cup finals full of confidence. The final score here, then, at the Belino Poirier Stadium. Bosnia and Herzegovina 2, Spain 5.